Hey, what's going on? It's another episode of the Teel podcast. And like always, I've got some new guests here. I got the boys from Fourth and Football podcast. I got my boy Wyatt, Staggs, Jacob Rivas, and as always, I got the Chief, Brennon Seifert with me. Yes, what's going on, boys? Y'all doing good?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it, man. Excited to be on.
Yes, sir. It's Super Bowl week, so we got a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the Cowboys out there.
Right.
Yeah, I think they'll... No, the Cowboys aren't there. Dallas is just in complete chaos right now.
Yeah. Mediocre franchise.
That's had to put the Luka jersey on.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I told my daughter last night about that, not trying to sidetrack, but I'm like, damn, I got to tell my daughter about Luka because we watch a lot of Mavs football. She's 4 years old. And I'm sitting here talking to him. I'm like, we're going to tell her real quick right before she goes to bed. And all they hear in the living room is her just crying tears, like real tears from a 4-year-old over this. Yeah.
No, there's adults. There was adult tears yesterday.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Dallas was kind of just. I think they're so numb from the disappointment at this point that a lot of people are just like, "Oh, nice, great, awesome."
I think at this point, Dallas Cowboys should have traded for Doncic.
Yeah,
he might do something.
Keep Dallas that way at least.
He is 6'7".
So what are y'all thinking going into the Super Bowl? How are y'all feeling? Which side are y'all leaning to?
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs. Oh, I'm definitely leaning towards the Eagles.
Yeah.
But you
predicted the Eagles.
And yeah, I did. Before the NFL season even started, I predicted the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. But
reality setting in?
Yeah, bro. It's like damn near rigged, it feels like.
Yeah.
That was one of my big questions to ask y'all. That was like my big question. How are y'all? I mean, we see the stuff with the Chiefs. Is it a coincidence when the stuff happens so much? Because like if I come home every day and my wife whooped my ass all the time, eventually it's like, damn, this isn't just, it's not a coincidence. This lady is whooping my ass every day. So it's like, I'm putting that towards the football. It's like, man, it just seems like everything just happens to fall in their favor.
It definitely seems like that. Seems like coincidentally, like you said, everything's falling in their favor, which they're a great football team. They're very disciplined on the defense side. And they always play these games close and they're always in the big games. But some of the stuff that happens when you got like Hall of Fame commentators like Aikman and Stephen A. Smith, they're all alluding to this. I mean, I'm not going to say it's rigged, but
shit don't feel right.
It just don't feel right.
Well, bro, what's weird with them is the refs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like, that seems rigged. But then they have some like off the wall voodoo type shit, like field goals, hitting the post, you know,
or blocking them.
Last few seconds getting the blocks. Like some of it's like, come on, man.
Somebody's selling their soul down there in KC.
Yeah. Did y'all see the flag that was thrown on the that last little prayer Josh Allen threw?
Yes.
Like
in case he caught it,
there would have been a flag. Maybe.
I saw
it was going to be holding.
So we said that. I was like,
it was going to be holding.
Yeah, I said that. There's a flag. What about that?
We were hoping for pass interference, and they didn't even acknowledge it. It's like, damn, it was going to be holding.
Yeah.
Just
It's just a little sketchy. Yeah. Wait, never mind. There's not a flag.
I've been alluding to this for years, and I'm definitely a fucking Chiefs hater for sure. Because I'm tired of seeing it.
Same, brother. Same.
But like, I'm biased to it. I'll admit that. But I've been calling it for years. He doesn't get the same treatment. We all know that. Brady, people like to make the argument Brady didn't get the same treatment. I could show you a 15-minute clip of him getting murdered. And nothing happened.
Just getting annihilated. They didn't protect him quite as much then either. Yeah. How do y'all feel about the quarterbacks being so protected?
That's bullshit.
To a certain,
let them get destroyed like the old days.
I said it on one of our last podcasts. It's like, fuck it, at this point, I just want to see some CTE again.
Yeah, CTE football was prime football.
They grew up in the game getting targeted. Like everybody's main objective is to fuck you up.
Yeah.
It's still a contact.
If I'm a quarterback though, I'm like, all right, they got to be real careful how they hit me. Hell yeah, I'm going to run a little bit.
What Mahomes does, I mean, he's kind of like LeBron in that sense, and a good basketball player in that sense, using the lack of skill to offset, you need the rules to offset it and get penalties. But I mean, this is a context where you can't really, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Kind of James Harden-ish.
Yeah. It's like, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Did you see where they pushed him out of bounds and he flopped?
Yeah, he flopped. Like,
that looked like LeBron.
Like LeBron. Thank you.
And it's like, so some of these players, like people, like, because I hear people cry about LeBron all the time. They're like, oh, he flops. But that doesn't mean he's not like one of the greatest basketball players ever, just like Mahomes.
But it's hard to respect the greatness when you're a flopper. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why? If you're the greatest,
don't go watch soccer, bro. Soccer.
Oh, yeah.
I go watch hockey to get like refocused.
Yeah, guys.
Like,
I'm waiting to see someone in a fucking baseball game act like they got hit by the pitch and just fucking fall backwards. And
That's we're probably not far from.
It's gonna happen soon.
It's got to. So flopping his baseball,
Yeah. Otani's gonna take a flop when the pitch comes.
They don't flop in I said Hollywood hockey. They don't flop in hockey. That's like our last true.
They don't fight as much as they used to. I really recently got into it, especially with the Stars doing so successful lately.
Don't worry, they'll trade somebody.
They'll trade somebody. Dallas fashion, but I was like, it still seems pure. The sport still seems pure. It's very good, you know. But I just wish there was more fighting in hockey too. They kind of like
they still do it though. They still
from time to time, but I feel
they got a couple players that just fight. Like they'll have a guy on the team that call him like the enforcer, and it's just like if somebody's out of pocket, like he's gonna crash into you and drop his gloves.
Yeah,
the highlights of those are awesome. Oh yeah, I will go watch in 20 minutes.
But them dudes are truly fucking tough.
Yeah, 100% in great shape, like real tough mentality.
Missing teeth and shit.
Oh yeah, most of all the good ones in the interviews are just like.
Well, I used to think that it wasn't that bad because of the helmets and the protection they got on. And if you get a close up of what they're doing, they're dirty, bro.
They're dirty as fuck. I mean, the dude that got killed from the blade a couple years back. Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah,
that was awful.
So we've been having an argument for a while. I didn't know if we'd get into it this early, but I knew I would get here somewhere. We've had this argument on our show. It's like a reoccurring argument about what the hardest sport is. And people keep trying to tell me that baseball is the hardest because you got to hit the ball. And I get that to an extent. But at the same time, like, there's sports where grown men are, like, their whole job is to kill you almost. Yeah. How's that not registered?
I don't think baseball, I think when you speak about hard, of course, the physical nature, but, like, I think people fail to realize how, like, physically, like, mentally stressing and, like, anxiety causing. Like, if you ever seen, like, a quarterback, they'll just start the game and they're drenched in sweat because their adrenaline's rushing immediately. So now you have the mental focus of that. I think football would arguably be for me, 100%.
What do you think?
I don't even think it's close. I think football's at the bottom. Like,
what?
I played football and I recruited to play football.
Okay, I'm not far off from you. Yeah, I don't think it's.
But I also played receiver. Easy. So like my whole job was to run and catch the ball.
Yeah,
that's basically it. But
it's a lot different than like an O-line or something.
I grew up playing travel baseball.
Yeah.
And my uncle played Division I, was throwing 96, 98 miles per hour. Like, no, that shit's different.
Yeah.
You're not going to step in there and you're going to see a ball that's past any fucking speed limit go by you and you're not going to touch it. A random person go catch and throw a football.
So are we arguing like skill set hard? Like,
I mean, but
are we arguing like,
I mean, I think it's between baseball and
I haven't set parameters on the argument. And that's how the argument goes.
From a physical, there's a physical aspect and a mental aspect.
Yeah.
I think, like obviously quarterbacks and pitchers are going to be kind of on a different mental level than everybody else. So I think the hardest game mentally is golf. And I really believe that.
I
played golf in high school, and I was really, really bad.
Well, if I'm going to put that little ass ball in that little ass hole in that big ass field, bro.
When you see like all the best golfers, you'll watch them like PGA Tour, and then they just look insecure. These are the best of the best, and on their face you can read it. They're insecure about their shots.
It's so precise.
From a mental aspect, I can like you never master golf, so I can kind of agree with that.
John Daly goes out there with confidence. Everybody else,
that's it. Yeah.
Like even Tiger, like you've seen him like shook. I mean, you could still go watch him shook to this day on any given day, even if he's doing well. But the precision to that.
But like physically hard, like what like I'm thinking like rugby, hockey, football,
like UFC, boxing.
Yeah.
I mean, but
that's a combat sport.
Yeah, but it's a combat sport.
I don't know
you're getting
putting
fucked
that
up.
into
like you're signing up to get fucked up.
Yeah, combat sport's different. Them dudes know what they're getting into.
Yeah. That's the whole purpose.
They're signing up for CP.
I'm gonna say football. I mean, go look at these guys' fingers and shit. Like look up retired football players or current football players. Their fingers are sideways.
Oh yeah,
they're all fucked up. I mean, to me, it's unanimously football.
Yeah. Well, like defensive line or O-line, it's like what do they say? It's like the equivalent of a car crash. Like every snap.
Yeah. Well, they say anytime you get hit, it's like these guys are getting in car wrecks every time you get hit.
That is true. I mean, they're running like 16 miles per hour.
Yeah, think about that. If you get sandwiched between somebody.
I could never put on enough weight to. Like, I could always catch good.
Yeah.
In football, but like the moment I catch the ball, like my life's in danger. Like some big giant dude wrecks me. I'm like, oh shit.
Christian McCaffrey's done vlogs of like days after the game, and like you'll see like how beat up he is. He's about to get in the shower and shit, and you see how like the bruises, the wear and tear, and just how stiff he can't even move. Like he had to get up and like just like let his legs relax.
He's a hard player.
Yeah, he's running through people. Yeah. So you got the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You got the Eagles.
I got the Eagles, man.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It seems like if the Eagles win, would they call it an upset? That's my question.
I mean, they are. The Chiefs are favorited. So
yeah, it's a 1.5 point.
What is it right now?
It moved to 2 today. It moved to 2 today.
That's still
moved to 2 for the Chiefs today.
What is it?
2. Their Chiefs are 2-point favorites.
Okay.
I wouldn't call
Plus
it really
110
upset. I think if you're like team per team, the Eagles should win.
What's money line? You know?
110.
Okay. Really?
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty like draw.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So in that case, I think I'm gonna say Eagles by 6.
Damn. I like that.
I think by 3 would be expected. By 1, by 2 would be expected. I think they take it by 6.
I think Chiefs by 7. I'd say Chiefs 7.
Chiefs by 7?
Y'all think there's any chance it goes to overtime?
Last year,
a lot of them have been going overtime lately.
That's what I was asking. Yeah.
With these two teams, where they control the ball and the pace of the flow, it could definitely go to overtime for sure.
I think if the Chiefs do win, I think they win by.
If it does go to
hair, it has to be like
no. I think they win by a significant amount.
Significant amount.
I don't see.
It seems like they win all their games by like little.
I think the point that they're going to make
shit at the end. Yeah.
I think the point that they would make is like if they get a third one. If they get a third, their whole niche, their whole image that they're going for is that they're dominating.
Yeah, dynasty.
And they've went close all year, close. They show up here and dominate. They get that image.
Kind of like the Seahawks versus the Broncos back in the day. Broncos had the best offense in history.
Yeah, and we've seen Super Bowl blowouts.
Yeah. And we expected that to be like, okay, the Broncos are going to go in here, but it was a 40, 50 point blowout?
42-8.
Yeah.
The Seahawks.
And the way that the Eagles play, I know that they're going to put points on the board. The Eagles are going to score. I don't see it being it ain't going to be a skunk. It ain't going to be a blowout. But I think if the Chiefs won, it would be 10 plus.
Yeah, I mean, I like betting. I'm like almost addicted, I guess is what you would
almost.
say. Yeah.
So what do you have money on this game?
Yeah, and then I found a straight bet I liked, and it's plus like 250 odds, and it's for one team to score 30 points.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Okay, another theory that I got. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game because I think everybody's expecting. See, I do believe it's rigged. I believed a lot of the shit's rigged, and I think it seems to me like the majority of the time the opposite of what everybody thinks is going to happen.
That's a valid thought process. I mean, with Vegas, since they've gotten involved with the NFL and everything and all the sports betting,
especially in more important, more media streamed events where they know all the money's at.
Yeah, because Vegas came out and said something about this year is like the worst year like the house has had for betting.
Really?
Yeah.
Probably because people are figuring shit out.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I think it's so accessible now to gamble.
Oh, yeah.
That there's a lot more people that are out
I wonder
there.
how many people lost their ass, like right as like Prize Picks and stuff just first came out.
Oh, yeah.
Try to get used to the system. Just betting, now people have got it down almost to like science. I'm sure that you... So let me ask you, are you up betting?
Yeah. No, I'm up.
So you're up on the house?
Yeah.
That's rare. You don't meet many people.
Yeah, I can attest to that. He's up. He does pretty good on the parlays.
Yeah. Did you say you put 3 in and made $1,500?
Yeah, off a $3 bet.
Good God.
So if you get one lick like that, you can buy you maybe a year.
Yeah. 100%.
I mean, I got 2 in right now,
It's every day. Every day I'm getting texts like, hey, you putting this on?
Why don't you go ahead and put me on and I'll give you a percentage.
When I first met him, he was like, hey, but I'll be doing these parlays. I'm like, all right.
Is it just football or is it everything?
It's everything.
Yeah.
I went to his desk one day when we first met. He was had a parlay on Counter-Strike, an online game, because you can bet on that. And I was like, why are you watching this? He was like, I got money on this.
I need 2 more kills from this.
Yeah,
you like that better than the casino though, huh?
I have never even been to a casino. I'm 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like whenever you see one of the homies betting on cricket, you know they got a problem.
They got issues.
I've bet on soccer, tennis. So like my roommate, he's like plays tennis. He's done professional tournaments in tennis. He's like, bro, there's no way this bet should hit. And I'm like, bro, I just made like $300. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, his roommate's an addict now.
Well, it's crazy because you could just bet on anything. If you're like, you bet on a tennis match. You're like, I bet Serena Williams will breathe.
Yeah.
And they're like,
No, so I actually made a bet the other day that was kind of crazy like that. It was when the Hornets played the Bulls. I bet on Jello to be there.
See, that's so wild to me, brother. You're just betting about who shows up to the game.
He was there. I was like, this is awesome.
Yep.
I made a Facebook post about that one. I had an overseas account that I was betting on, and sure enough, they had, will the U.S. ban TikTok?
Oh, yeah, you could bet.
Really?
Well, they bet on the damn election.
Yeah, they always do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw something
know,
like you could bet on each state's outcome.
God.
What color will the Gatorade?
Yeah.
Or
you can make a bet
be?
on how many celebrity guests Travis Scott's going to have. I mean, Kendrick's going to have.
Yeah.
On how many times Taylor Swift's going to be shown on the TV.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
I do remember that. They had that one last year.
Yeah, last year it was 5.5 and then got cleared by like almost halftime.
Those are small numbers. I bet they up it this year.
It's gonna be like 10.
I might just not bet on football this year. Just do all the sides.
Has Kelsey been the same or?
Last game he was ass. He pissed me off last game.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I used to bet a little bit. Then I bet last year a lot. I lived up in Hot Springs. I used the Oakland Casino app.
Yeah,
they got their own sports and it's like straight bets and stuff. Since I live in Arkansas, so I can do straight bets. I don't believe in parlays. Like they can hit. He's hit a lot of times on them, but I'm not the guy to do parlays. I'll do like a straight bet easier. Started using those, and I don't think Kelsey really since he's kind of like beginning of this year he's kind of fell off a lot, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Too much outside stuff?
No, I don't think these guys get up.
He's like 33.
I don't think these guys get up for the games though. Like unless it's like prime time play.
Yeah, the Chiefs.
There's like if it's not a think about it. If you're at the baddest strip club in the world, like you just have prime access to this, and this is what you get up for, right? Well, then your homeboy takes you to the fucking down in Tyler. You're like, what the fuck is this? You're not gonna get up for that.
Hey, brother, no C-section scars. I don't want to be there.
Yeah.
I think they get up for the big time.
Scars mandatory, huh?
I mean, like,
wrong show.
like we just said, they beat the Panthers 20-17 this year on a game-winning field goal.
Yeah,
and now they're in the Super Bowl.
So what you're saying is they're so used to being there.
If it don't matter, if they're so used to being there, if the game really doesn't matter,
they're probably already.
They're just like, let's just win this game.
They're going to show up just good enough to win.
Yeah.
How many games did they lose this season? Was it just
one or two? One or two?
It was
two because they didn't play the
Bills. They lost the last game. I thought they had lost one more. Maybe not. Maybe it was just those two.
I think it was just two, yeah.
I was thinking they were at 14-3, though.
But they got a lot of one-score wins, which usually it flips the next year. Most of the time when you get win like that, one year it flips the next year, you lose about half the games you won.
Hey, the Giants lost 7 one-score games this year. Maybe we'll win 7 next year.
Yeah.
So my thoughts have been, and I thought about this the other day, I was like, okay, the year that what was it, 4 or 5 years ago, that it was like, all right, these guys are good. The big
His first year starting.
Okay.
And they lost to Tom Brady.
Okay. I've been thinking, what if you just bet money line on them every single game since then?
Yeah,
just money line every.
You'd be way up. Yeah, 100%.
The craziest one I saw was this guy has bet LeBron for 10 plus points the last like 4 years.
I didn't even know you could get LeBron for 10 plus points.
Yeah, I would do that every time.
You could go to like casinos and put,
but like your odds are like
straight up at a casino.
Tiny high.
This guy put 100K on it the other day. I saw he put 100K for him to 10.
They'd be like, hey, I
profited like
this on this
$400.
1,400?
No, like 400.
Oh, 400.
Off 100K.
Well, yeah, it's just like that's just gonna happen.
Yeah,
I mean, he's there. He's gonna get 10.
He's broke. He has like over 3,000 games or something like that with 10 and like in a row.
I think where people go wrong with betting, though,
it's a lot.
With betting, they go wrong. They want to hit the get rich quick scheme. It's like, well, that's not what it is. Realistically, successful bettors, I mean, they work themselves up to betting large amounts, but on almost surefire hits. Yeah, safe straight hits.
I got up quite a bit at the end of last year.
Yeah. I'm about to bet on Bronny for 26 points next game.
But the thing is,
you're taking the under, right?
I'm taking the over.
Oh, shit.
But how much
I'm taking a second mortgage
bet?
For this shit.
I mean, if you're gonna start off,
how much do you have to bet on LeBron to get 10 points to win $100?
To win $100, probably 1,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So LeBron gets hurt, and you just lost your last 10 bets of the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem with those safe bets. Is
it's any bet. I mean, nothing's ever a lock. You know.
Yeah.
I suck at betting. I just can't let the money go. Like, I don't know if I'm too cheap or what. I lost $40 in a casino one time. I'm like, bro, this shit is ass.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first started, I did no research on betting. I didn't know how it worked. Didn't do the science, nothing. I was like, fuck it. He's going to hit a home run. Like crazy stuff.
Just like
I was down a couple thousand. I was like, oh God. I took a break for like a long time, a couple months. And then I was like, I'm going to start back. I did my research and everything. And now it's like, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
You definitely can't go off a feeling when it comes to betting.
Oh, no. I learned that the hard way.
I learned that every time. Every single time I bet.
Joe, as much as you like to win things. I'm surprised that
I like to win the good old-fashioned way. I like it to be me the reason we're winning. I can't rely on somebody else to win for me.
See, my little obsession with it is not being able to figure the game out. Like, I feel like it is all one big game, and I feel like I suck sometimes at this game, and I don't like sucking at things.
Well, if random dudes from Texarkana could figure it out, then they wouldn't be doing their job.
Yeah, that's true. I think you got to take the boring pick. Take the boring pick and realize you got to separate yourself from the. Oh, I'm putting 500 down. You separate yourself. It's a unit. It's a betting unit.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it as a unit. I'm going to get. This is definitely most likely going to hear. If I'm going to bet on anything, this is the best chances. Much of luck as I can get tonight, right? I'm going to bet on anything. So I'm going to be up 40 units and stop looking at it as like, oh, if I lose this 500. I think the successful bettors detach themselves from that. And they're like, what's a smart play? It's a free, instead of like, I'm losing I could lose 500. Oh, it's a free 300.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
And I've seen some very successful bettors out there. There are guys who do it for a living, and they use, he says units, that's the property that they go on. Like if your unit is $100 and you're up 40 units,
And any they
math ain't mathing for me.
Oh, any bet, you say
you're up 40 units, you're up, what is that, $4,000?
No, it just depends on
how much your unit is.
So let's say I have $1,000. You never want to bet more than 20% of your because you want to keep pulling from that fund. Ideally, you never want to pull out of your bank account. You invest this $1,000. Okay, I'm putting 200. You want to max 200 on a single bet, on a single play. You want to keep pulling from your unit fund, which whatever unit is, however much you're willing to put in. But you never want to pull into your actual pockets after that.
What do you do if you lose the whole 1,000?
You recoup.
You got to
either try again or give
it 3 months, shake back.
Yeah.
And that's what I'd be doing. Like I put in a couple $100 in November, posted on that until January, got way up there, really bad, got way back down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna shake back, our outdoor work season is coming around. So I'm gonna wait till I throw a couple thousand in the bank. And I'll be like, okay, I'll go throw something else down.
I don't trust it. I don't got no money in no stocks or nothing, dude. I'm scared to death.
I just got into all that too, like the cryptocurrency stuff.
Oh my God, I put it under a mattress and protect it with my life.
There you go.
I don't know.
You gotta make the money work for you.
Come on, try it. I got a bear trap under there.
That's hilarious.
About time to get the family together again.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it'll be fun. There's lots of people. Like, isn't viewership down in sports in general?
Yeah, especially with the NBA. The NBA
is in the bad spot.
Yeah, they're in the bad spot.
MLB has been for years.
Football's still thriving, and that's also why when people were like the whole Taylor Swift thing, well, yeah, the NFL is thriving now again because of the Taylor Swift viewership. That's just true. I think they put out a report that the Chiefs increased their fans by like over 40-50% since Taylor Swift, and their viewership and their revenue.
50% is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy. I have 2 girl cousins. One of them's 18, one of them's 20. And they live in Tulsa. There's no football there. They never liked any type of football. I went over to their house. They got Kansas City Chief mugs and Travis Kelce posters. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Have y'all been to Kansas?
What state's it?
It is wild to be like,
they're like,
we love Kansas. Like, clearly you've never been to Kansas.
I've actually been to Buffalo, New York. And this year I actually it was pretty much last year. I started like, everybody's watched Josh Allen. He's decent. And I kind of wanted to hate on him. But last year I started kind of getting into it.
He's fucking awesome.
I really like, dude's great.
Yeah.
I think he's best quarterback. I mean, everybody would disagree with that.
I won't ever disagree with that. I mean, you got to give Mahomes the respect because
he deserves it.
The accolades.
He's
but
good.
If I got one quarterback to choose and I'm starting a franchise, I'm taking Josh Allen.
I've seen Josh Allen bring everything back when everything else is trash.
Yeah, exactly.
The Chiefs are just like their block. They're one. They're kryptonite. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
So the crazy thing is, the Bills back in the day traded the year they got Josh Allen. I think it was the year they got Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. They traded the pick.
They traded the pick back. They traded back to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs drafted Mahomes. So they've been intertwined since the draft.
Yeah.
And then they should have been in Buffalo.
They did it last year, too.
Yeah.
The guy who just had like 80 yards on him and 2 touchdowns, Xavier Worthy, they traded that pick to give the Chiefs that pick who took Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
Wow. What do y'all think? Let's play hypothetical here. Let's say they don't switch. Let's say Mahomes stays at the Bills and that Allen stays at Kansas City. What does that look like? What do y'all think?
I think it's complete reverse. I think maybe even another. I think maybe even another Super Bowl for Josh Allen.
Wow.
You got arguably the greatest coach of all time, which people forget about with Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Bondarooski.
Yeah, Bondarooski. That's the other facet of it is their coaching. Their coaching is unprecedented. And with Josh's talent, who I believe is a tier above Mahomes, I think
somebody won't like that, but
somebody out there's a lot of people.
I mean, I think Josh Allen. I agree with you. I think Josh Allen is.
But no.
I'll say if you take the accolades away, which you cannot just separate the two, but like let me show you tape with this guy and this guy of just fucking playing football, and you know nothing else about the two.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed you just a full season's worth, and you were like, oh, this guy is clearly levels above the other guy.
And my thoughts are, everything has always been very well positioned for Mahomes.
For Kansas City, their coaching does a great job putting in position. Yeah,
and I've said, like I said, I watched every Bills game this year, and I watched everybody do shitty, and him pull them out of the mud with some crazy Josh Allen shit.
Yeah,
that was just Josh Allen, and that takes a level of hero.
I mean, everybody wrote them off. They said like, oh, they lost all their guys. They're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs this year.
I'm blanking on the damn Eagles quarterback. I can't think of
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Where does he stack up?
So if you want to look at regular season, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
And you got to give him respect.
I said I'd take him over Lamar.
Yeah, over Lamar. And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? I think I would.
Comparison too.
I'd agree with you because in the big games, Lamar
doesn't win shit.
He doesn't win shit in the big games.
He's been
and Jalen Hurts is a winner.
Harden.
I mean, it's the second time.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts is a winner for sure.
Yeah.
Where does he stack up against the other two though?
I mean,
still think he's not.
No, he's not there yet.
How many touchdowns would he have if they didn't get Saquon this year though? Because how many did he put in last year?
Yeah, a lot of the tush push ones with Jason Kelce. I mean, those are given. They're still. He would have more, but he doesn't care what it looks like. He said that on and on. And we, as viewership, as consumers, we want to see it look better.
We want to see numbers.
We want to see numbers, but that shit really doesn't matter at the end of the year.
And then playoffs come around, and Jalen Hurts is still winning.
Yeah.
And Lamar
want to win. Yeah,
they just even like Dak last year. Dak's numbers was crazy last year.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
Like, what does it do?
Yeah,
nothing.
Doesn't. If you look at the Chiefs,
it's like LaMelo Ball and the Hornets.
Yeah, bro, balling out, and they're like way under 500.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're like the worst team in basketball.
They said that's why he didn't get picked up for the All-Star game.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. He's one of the most exciting to watch. He would be fun to have in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
but I get it. I get the argument of like they suck so bad. Like, of course you're getting 30.
Yeah.
If you watch the Chiefs in the playoffs, they can play an explosive brand of football all throughout the regular season, but in the playoffs, they really minute it down to just executing and not making mistakes. It's never 3, 4, 5 touchdowns by Mahomes. Maybe one game, but overall he might have 1 or 2 touchdowns.
It's like how Brady used to do it.
Yeah,
it's just very consistent.
Very consistent. Death by 1,000 cuts. Yeah,
and you could. They always do impress me with how quickly they can just get the ball
and go score.
Yeah.
Like
it'll be like 12 plays. Like it's a long time. They get all the way down there, but they score so easily.
Or they can just hit you right over the top because they have been doing the death by 1,000 cuts, and then they just hit you right over the top in the zone. Yeah. And
it seems like even if you go, let's say you go up like a field goal on them, and there's only like 2 minutes left.
It don't matter.
That doesn't matter for them.
No.
They can get down the field.
What are their stats on what is it like 1-score games? I think they're like it's like
they're
15-0 right now.
Yeah, I think they're undefeated.
Yeah,
well, since the Mahomes era of 1-score games.
16.
That's so crazy.
It's
you think you got them. Like, I can't tell you how many times I'm like, Josh Allen going to lose.
Yeah. Josh Allen was up like 1 on him, 1 or 2. The game, everyone thought Josh Allen was going to knock him off, and he left Mahomes 13 seconds and 2 timeouts. And they were like, oh, it's over. And then it's like 40 yards, 20 yards, field goal. They just won the game. And you're like, what the fuck did I just
Josh Allen has cried over Mahomes.
I think about like, y'all remember when LeBron was in the East?
Yeah.
And Toronto was so good.
And it turned into LeBronto.
Yeah. And they just couldn't, it didn't matter how good they were. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, all of them, they were so good. They had like this crazy good team, and they would just lose to LeBron, sometimes get swept.
Yeah.
It's like, it seems like maybe that's that same type of energy.
You gotta think though, like,
with the Bills
no matter how good the Bills feel they are, when they're on the field, Mahomes, he's every time snatch their soul.
It reminds me of like Peyton Manning.
He's like the Grim Reaper for them.
Yeah.
Tom Brady just beat the shit out of Peyton Manning every time. Peyton Manning figured it out eventually, beat him like once or twice. But
it took him, I think, season 7 or season 9.
Yeah, I think it might be the same with Josh Allen before he really beats him in one of those big
Josh
games.
Allen's time, I pray it's coming because he deserves it.
He wins. He beats everybody but Mahomes.
Yeah.
That's the reason
don't they beat him in regular season normally?
Yeah, they beat him this year.
Yeah. 2 years in a row, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking even they did last year.
And the Chiefs don't even care. They're like, okay.
Yeah, this doesn't matter. I'll see you in the AFC Championship like every other year.
Yeah.
I
know somebody that
with Josh Allen this year
played against Mahomes in high school.
Really? Yeah,
and they said he was White House. He said this is all of White House. White House people, if you ever see this clip, said they're a bunch of crybabies, and that's why he's so much of a fucking crybaby because it's been grown into him. I mean, have you seen the clip?
You see how White House, man? Yo, fuck White House.
They can pull up. Like.
I'm just saying, that's what I've been told by coaches and people who have played them. That he's just like that. And I mean, we saw when he didn't get a call last year, I believe.
Yeah, he went up to Josh Allen and he was like, that's the worst.
That's ridiculous.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep.
And then when Josh Allen gets the bad calls, Josh Allen's like, you're great. Go win another Super Bowl. And Mahomes like, this is bullshit.
It's just hard for me to root for Patrick Mahomes. I respect the greatness first and foremost, but I can't root for an attitude like that.
My cousin played against him in baseball whenever he was pitching.
I bet he was a hell of a pitcher.
My cousin was a crybaby too, though. So I don't know that one.
He actually got drafted to the MLB.
Yeah.
God, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of NFL players that have.
Well, now, like Kyler Murphy?
Kyler Murray.
Russell Wilson played in spring training games while in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
He played with the Yankees and the Rangers in spring training.
If you could throw a football, you could throw a baseball. Like, if you throw it like well, I think you could do it.
I started off
That's
as
the
a
thing.
quarterback.
Okay, that might answer your question from earlier. How many baseball players, like true pro baseball players, go just try training camps? But they don't. A lot of these football players are also just as good in baseball and go pro. Tom Brady.
Yeah,
that answers your questions right there. Which sport is harder?
Was it?
He was a catcher. Yeah, he got drafted by the Expos.
Michael Jordan.
I would like to.
Michael Jordan.
That's a good question.
Michael Jordan shouldn't have went and played baseball.
One of the lowest batting averages in MLB history, actually.
Bringing up Michael, that brings us back to what we were talking about earlier and how the NBA is not doing as well right now.
Yeah.
For me, whenever I've been watching recently, it's because there are too many places in the game where I see no effort.
Yeah.
Like I see a lack of effort whenever.
It feels like they're trading threes too a lot.
So the three-pointing thing has kind of messed up the NBA, I believe. And it's such an there's so much skill now, offensive scoring league, which is why I get scared in football too, because they're taking the scores and like we want to score. You're taking the defense out of these sports. And you start to, it's like a kiss of death if you ask me.
Yeah, even in baseball, they have a pitch clock now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good.
That helped their viewers.
These are vital sports of the game. You can't just
because it's
baseball is just dragging on too long. Baseball is notoriously boring. Like
I just started enjoying watching baseball this past year.
I enjoy the pitch clock for TV. Like it makes the game faster, more consumable. In person, I was like that. It's like game's over.
Childhood, I used to go to games and it was like my whole day. Like I'm at the game all day and I'm loving it. I went to the game last year. I was like, shit, we just ate breakfast. I'm not even hungry anymore. Like,
it goes over fast. The game consuming live it's much faster, and I don't like it. What do y'all
think? What do y'all think the NBA could do to get it back on track?
Extend the 3-point line for starters.
You think there should be a 4-point line, or just the 3-point line be further?
The link back. Yes.
Well, people evolve, man. I mean, that's statistically proven.
Yeah, it's such a skill
athletically.
They have to incentivize the game to where it goes back to the fundamentals a little bit, because now it's just shooting, lack of defense.
I look and watch who do I enjoy watching now, and it's like Shea, and
who's not a 3 shooter.
He doesn't shoot threes.
He's in the mid range,
and he goes and plays defense. And that's who I enjoy watching the most.
I think it's very prominent. Like if you go to combat sports, you can see how much the evolution has changed.
Oh yeah,
like you take an average MMA fighter right now, like average, and go put him up against whoever had the belt in the year 2000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you put like prime Chuck Liddell against like even prime John Jones is killing him.
No, not even prime.
You can get like one. Just a mid-level guy.
Go to the whoever's 15th in his weight class right now.
Yeah.
He's going to beat
the champ. He's going to be the champ, yeah.
Unfortunately, Chuck.
I think Steph Curry probably took the lid off the shooting deal.
Yeah.
I'm going to lie. I play a ton of basketball. As soon as I come over the half-court line, I'm thinking about shooting.
Yeah.
And I can shoot, but when I come across the line, I'm like,
at 3 points of thirst
it
trap.
just be calling me like, just shoot that bitch. And I'm like, no, let me.
That's nice dopamine release, right?
Yeah, man. But you take about 2 or 3 steps over the half and they go in. I'm like, oh yeah.
Because nobody wants to do dirty work no more. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm pulling top miss.
Nobody wants to do dirty work no more in the NBA, and I feel like they're all just they want to be stars.
We had, when we was kids, we had Shaq, and we had like these big dudes that were just like
David Robinson. You had these guys who were down there banging and guys.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
I don't know.
Well, and that's that lack of effort.
But that's the thing though, like these big guys now, like because you have like this new breed of big guys, like Jokic and the ones that can pass and shoot. Yeah, well, what is that? That's a freak. What do you call that?
That's a freak of nature right there.
Yeah, he's
You just got him De'Aaron Fox.
And you got this kid Cooper Flag coming up.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox just went to the Spurs. And they kept Chris Paul, right?
Yeah, they kept everyone. They got rid of Trey Jones, Zach Collins.
Yeah, just some bench players.
Yeah.
I think they need to turn it up. I think what the NBA can do is
talks with KD right now too.
I think that's a great idea, the 3-point line.
Earlier today.
But I also think they just need to get the players to turn it on.
They need to drop the gloves rule like hockey.
Man,
bring back fist fights to the NBA. That's my hot take
on the
night.
Pistons.
Bring back
Isaiah Stewart. He's already gotten almost like 4 fights this year.
You need it.
Yeah,
I like that kid.
Yeah, Isaiah Stewart.
I think they started getting really like crack down on it whenever they got the fans involved a couple times. You know?
Oh yeah,
the Malice at the Palace.
Malice at the Palace.
Bro, that was the coolest shit ever.
Yeah,
that was like one of the coolest shit ever happened in sports history.
NBA players could have died, and so could fans.
Like I said, the coolest shit that's ever happened in sports history.
I might get punched by Meta World Peace.
Bro, come on, bro. What was that? Wasn't there some big brawl that one time where Boston, where the Heat was on? Like,
it was the Nuggets in the Heat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Melo. With that one?
No, I'm thinking of a different one. Y'all might be thinking of a different one.
I can't remember. Like, it was the arena. It was hot in the arena. Like, the air conditioner wasn't working. And it ended up causing like a riot, bro.
I don't remember that one. They just need to do that.
I need to go
just fry everybody while they're playing.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be mad.
That's an experiment. That's
turn the AC off
for a problem,
bro. They want their viewership. Like,
that's why another thing. Like,
Adam Silver, if you want your viewership up, turn that AC off. Bro.
Yeah, I mean,
let them duke it out.
Back to the question you said too about what's hard. I mean, basketball is played in a controlled environment.
Yeah,
football can be sometimes, right? But you're still wearing pads and all that. But most of the time, it's played outside. So when you can control the weather, you're already softening the different levels of difficulty.
Yeah, I like that you have to go play in a snowstorm and shit for football. Like that's good for you.
And you notice all the.
Well, I mean, because you have an advantage.
Home field advantage is real.
Yeah.
There, yeah.
And now they got the full blankets that you can put over you. That
them dudes are chilling.
Room
they weren't doing like they used to.
No.
I remember being a kid and watching them dudes on the sidelines. And they just be like ice on their face.
I just remember being like, there's no fucking way that like the average human can be out there.
No, bro. Like, think of Philadelphia, bro. Like, it gets cold as fuck up there.
Oh, yeah.
Their stands are going to be filled up with old white dudes drinking beer. It don't matter if it's negative 30.
Yeah.
And there's going to be
Buffalo fans too.
Yeah,
there's going to be 3% of those fans are not going to have a shirt on.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
You don't have to, bro. You get heated up.
It's like
by the love of the game.
That is amphetamine activity.
It's amphetamine. Primal instincts.
No, I don't know that, bro. Even it don't even get that cold around here. And you go watch a football game or a baseball game when it's cold, and I'm like, bro, what?
I can understand it from a player aspect because I know at the end of like that next morning, I'm getting that game check. I'm like, all right, just put a game check the next day. Getting 30, 40 bands. Like, let's go, maybe more.
Pay $300 to go suffer. That's crazy. When I can watch it on the big screen at the house.
Yep.
And we I legit like pay attention to those little things whenever they do the fan clips. So yeah, the psycho over there, he doesn't have a shirt on. We all know he's crazy. But then like the average fans, like, just wife and husband out there, they got thin jackets on.
Yeah. I've actually heard there's a lady who
don't have blankets.
who did an interview this year, a Buffalo lady. They're like, how do you deal with this? So I've been going to games my whole life. And she's like, you don't want to bundle up with a lot of layers. You just want a good base layer, a nice like down jacket. And then she goes and gets another jacket up underneath it. Nothing crazy, but she has like one of them heated jackets. She said just thin layers that are like just heated and compressed. She's like, I'm good to go. Like,
I need me a sleeping bag out there. You ever slept outside in the cold?
Yeah,
Poke your eyes
I was in the
out?
Army, bro. I've done that shit.
Yeah. January sucked here this year. It was a really cold month, and I didn't leave the house to go to work without 3 layers on. One of them being thermal.
Hate the cold. I'm notorious for talking shit to people who like the cold.
It's not that bad.
I'm not a fan of the cold.
No, that shit's ass.
I grew up in West Texas. Like Abilene, Midland, Odessa area, like it's hot as fuck all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'd rather it be hot, man. I can swelter in that sweat. I'm like, I'm good.
I can sweat all day. Who gives a damn?
Yeah, that cold.
Do you ever walk outside though and you're like, when it's hot, you're
it's disrespectful. It's like,
fuck is happening?
It's disrespectful.
Every time you walk out of an air conditioned
the cold
place,
is just as disrespectful.
I don't feel like, okay, I walk out and I'll be like.
The sun has never made my bones hurt.
No, I've never walked outside when it's hot. I was like, no. I've walked outside when it's cold. I'm like, oh, fuck no. I just shut the door. I'm back inside.
I'm just
absolute garbage.
And I guess that's what the difference is. Like, I don't like being fucking cold, but whenever I walk out in the cold, I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't want to stay out here too long. Let me go get in the car. And I walk out in the heat, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
But shit,
what the fuck is everyone?
Shit always breaks down in the cold. It's never really in the heat.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. When my hands start hurting, my bones start hurting, previous surgeries start hurting.
Car starts breaking down like, damn.
You're waking up.
Tires give up. They flat when you walk outside.
You're waking up early for work. You're already pissed off. You're like, damn, it's early. I didn't get good sleep. I got to go to work. And then you got to go scrape ice off your fucking windshield.
Yeah, bro. There's nothing y'all can say. No. Well, him. I feel like we're in agreement.
I think it's really funny when people get cold. Like when my girl's in the house and it's 69 degrees, I'm cold. I'm like, do something. Like,
where y'all keep? What are you keeping the temperature on in the house?
Oh, it depends.
I think mine's at like 68, 60.
Mine's like 69, 70. Usually about 70.
Yeah. Well, with the baby, she's felt the need to. Oh, well, it needs to be a little warm. And I'm like, that's my baby. And she's a toaster, brother. Like, we can't leave her in the car seat for like more than 45 minutes because we'll pick her up. She'll be covered in sweat.
Oh,
She's very hot-blooded.
Mm-hmm.
She likes the cold. I had it, 66 degrees in there the other day.
She's loving it.
The best she's ever
like
slept.
a husky.
Yeah, that's what I need. The cold. Like I'm trying to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I do like it cold.
Yeah.
But I go camping all the time. I can camp in the cold. I just need the right shit with me. Got a good sleeping bag.
Get back into the ice bath game.
Man, it's been a minute. You ever did an ice bath?
I had to. Yeah, I haven't.
Sports. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I've done. I guess technically, I didn't think about that like football back in the day. Yeah, ice baths.
I do that shit really.
But not just for the fun of it.
Oh, I hated them. There's a clip of me somewhere on the internet where I'm like holding on beside the tub like I'm not going in there. It's like 4 big offensive linemen trying to push me in the
like a cat.
You are going to recover.
I'm not moving.
Cat over the bathtub.
Yeah, cat over the bathtub.
I was like, fuck it, the bruises will be away by next Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
Y'all ever do the sauna?
Yeah. I've done the sauna a lot.
Sauna's the shit.
Yeah, I love the sauna.
I did the sauna today. I was in there talking to, I'm notorious about, like, if y'all can't tell, I talk to people. I get in these conversations in the sauna and I accidentally stay too long. This never happened to me today.
Yeah.
I looked at my phone. I was in the middle of a long ass conversation and I was like 35 minutes. It was like 195 in there.
Oh, man.
And I was in the middle of the sentence, I'm like, all right, I'll holler at you later. I gotta go. Jump in the cold shower and be like, what the fuck is happening there?
You'll be arguing with yourself in your brain. Like, come on, man. I'm at 25 minutes. I got this. Next thing you know, you stand up. The knees start buckling.
I just need somebody in there. Like, I'll talk. I try to talk to every stranger that walk in there.
It flies.
If I'm just sitting there, like I'm like battling my own demons and shit.
Yeah, rule number 1 in the sauna, like, don't go alone.
That's my problem in the ice bath. Like, I look in the ice bathroom in high school. I'm like, no, I'm not ice bathing. Yeah, I'm in here by myself, so I'm never going to get in there.
I'm opposite when it comes to ice bath. I don't want nobody to be around.
Oh, that's I don't like
the shrinkage, huh?
He came to my house to do a little cold plunge ice bath deal, and he sat there like this. He got in there. He said, "I'm like, bro, what is wrong?"
I've done the same.
I'm just not good with. If no one calls me out, I'm not getting in there.
Yeah, I think there's an initial shock that takes your breath away too when you first jump in. It's like,
and the breathing is like I read the whole Wim Hof method, but I read the book and
that dude's an animal.
Breathing's everything.
Y'all ever heard of Wim Hof? This dude has like all these world records for like being in ice and being in snow and being in like extreme cold.
He climbed Everest, no shoes.
Oh, fuck.
And in a pair of shorts.
It's diabolical.
Yeah. He's like a business guy now where he convinces people to do cold plunges. Basically,
it's his whole hustle. Manhood or something?
Well, bro, you look at his face. You can look at his face and you're like, oh yeah, I get it.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
Wim Hof.
He took and like he did some really cool.
Oh yeah, that's a great picture.
He took,
yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
I'll put one up on the screen.
I thought
he took like I don't want to talk out of place, but I do remember the story in the book that I read. He took like 11 or somewhere between 10 and 20 people that were like terminally ill.
Mm-hmm.
And he took them on a hike that took like 2 to 3 days, I think. Like if you go at the pace that is expected from the average human being. And he was training all these people in his method of breathing and, the mental.
Mm-hmm.
He got them up there in like record time. Like the whole group of terminally ill people.
Wow.
That used his method.
All right, so we got some fixing things. We got some shit we got to fix. He wore shoes on Everest.
Oh, he did wear shoes?
And he made it about 3/4 of the way. He had a foot injury.
Oh, okay.
Which is still like not
very impressive.
Oh, another thing he did, he Guinness World Record for farthest swim under ice with a distance of 188
feet.
That
guy. I know you're talking
Swimming
about.
under ice is diabolical in itself, brother.
I've actually seen that. I know you're talking about.
Hoff set the world record for longest time in direct full body contact with ice. 44 minutes.
Direct full body contact? What does that mean?
That had to like
freeze you?
Yeah.
But it's been broke now by somebody else. Now the record stands at 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Is that David Blaine?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Bro, you know Tony, right?
Eskimos are like, I do that shit every day, 24/7.
Yeah, that shit's good. But like they just go get in the water there. Like they'll go, like people that live like in Alaska and shit, they'll go clean off in the water, like, and it'll be like ridiculous.
They're built different. And that's funny because you could probably go take, there probably is an Eskimo somewhere that will break all these records.
Oh yeah. Well, it's like you see people like, you see news clips all the time, like people die in record heat in Philadelphia. It's 89 degrees. I'm like, bro, come down here. Like, same thing with us down here with the heat. It's like, how are y'all sitting in this 105 degree weather? That's not even that bad today.
It's another Tuesday. The wind is actually blowing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not even noon yet.
So, all right. Let's talk about all the other shenanigans that's liable to happen in the Super Bowl before we move on to our next deal. Other topics I was thinking about getting into. Obviously, it isn't just the football, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot more that comes into Super Bowl Sunday. There's a lot more people watching the Super Bowl than people who actually care about football.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to know the percentage of people that actually are there to watch football. That'd be interesting.
Probably about, if you're like speaking to like maybe the general Super Bowl party, people, everybody's Super Bowl parties, I think probably 30% of people are actually there watching the game to watch the game.
I was going to say 40.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty accurate.
There's probably going to be a lot of people getting intoxicated.
Yeah, it's just another reason for
cooking.
It's just like the holidays that you don't really care about. You're still going to celebrate them.
Yeah. What about the commercials wise? Who do we think is going to have the best commercial?
I always like the beer commercials. The beer commercials always do pretty good.
I think Bud Light is on the return.
I hope
They're trying to bounce back.
Yeah, they need to.
And they got Shane Gillis and they got Post Malone.
Oh, yeah, I've seen
They got Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
I think we could probably expect something pretty cool from them. Yeah, they're working hard.
I remember the Tubi one from last year.
Oh, where it paused?
Yeah, where it paused the thing and it looked like it took you to a different show off the Tubi app itself.
Yeah.
It looks like someone hit the remote and like took you to Tubi.
People were panicking.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
I was like, hey, yo, what the fuck? Somebody, I was like, who had that? I thought a kid had it. Yeah. I was already like, in my mind, I was whooping the kid's ass. I was like, bro.
I don't even remember last year's.
Yeah, I don't know. The beer, I think it's a good bet. The beer commercials are probably going to be.
Yeah.
So they'll pull at your heartstrings, man.
I think it's just going to be like a random one. Like,
somebody's going to come out.
We barely know about. We're like, that shit's funny.
Do people bet on commercials?
Not that I know of. I don't know. I
wouldn't be surprised.
I got pretty deep into it, and I don't even know about any commercials.
Y'all continue your conversation. Let me figure this out.
You can bet on who's like the first commercial or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
See, you were saying that you already had a bet for the first song that happens at halftime.
Yeah, so I put like $10 on it. I was like, why not? So I put $10 on DNA. So if DNA is the first song of the halftime show, I'm looking nice over here.
Yeah. How much would that pay you then?
I think it was like $10 to like 200 and something. So.
Oh no, bro! I don't think it's going to be DNA.
No, I don't think it will.
He's going to.
What are the odds that he plays not like us?
Swimming pools or money trees. He's going to pop it off with. I think
140%. The odds on those are insane.
I mean, not like us is not coming first.
No.
But do you think he'll do it?
I think he will.
So.
Yeah, I think he's going to.
He just won 5 Grammys from it.
Yeah, he just won 5 Grammys from it.
Not like us.
Oh, yeah,
you got to be feeling kind of salty. If you're Drake and they're about to start the whole P-word line.
The industry's against him.
Against 100%. Drake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, maybe. Which is crazy. It's like turning on your king.
Well, I think that Drake was the industry. And what I think now is Drake's not under He's not under contract anymore.
Well, he's in line with he's in cahoots with Lucian, the CEO of Universal. They're supposed to be making this brand new I guess like label, I guess, but they're controlling a lot of this stuff, and that's why they're saying they don't like Drake.
And the thing is, nobody's going to stop playing. If you play Drake songs right now, you're not going to stop playing.
No, he's a soundtrack to people our age, is probably what their 30-year gap. He's a soundtrack to our life. Let's
crazy turning on him though. Like
how could
it's going to have to be some R. Kelly or worse, or some Diddy level shit for people to even be like, oh, let me delete all the Drake off my play. Oh, I think I'll keep starting from the bottom.
It would take something of that magnitude to get Drake off.
I mean, hell yeah, fucking right. I can't get rid of that.
Yeah. YOLO. I mean, like I said, soundtrack to our lives. Everybody's life.
And Drake's been in command for a while. Mm-hmm. It's wild. I don't know if Kendrick can even support like being in the top spot. There's a lot of I talked to a lot of rap people that like really tapped in, and they're like, I don't know if he could keep the people like.
No. Not with his style.
Well, he already switched. Yeah. The first time he gets an abundance of popularity of this Not Like Us, now he's switched his entire, I'm a wisdom rapper. I am for the people, a culture rapper. And now, I got a taste of this. Now, look at this new mixtape he dropped. It's completely switched from the style.
Yeah.
You got a taste of the money. It's like, well, come on now.
It happens to the best of them.
Yeah.
Did y'all ever get into any of the beef he had with Andrew Schultz, the comedian?
I love Andrew Schultz, but
I never dove into that.
That was why we talked about it on the show.
I remember talking about it, but I didn't see anything after that.
I guess it went away. Anyway, basically, there was a line where he was like, we don't let white comedians say anything about the black ladies or something.
He said, don't let no white comedian speak on a black queen.
Maybe.
Is it something like that?
Maybe. Anyway, Schultz took that shit to the head because he had made some joke and he thought that he was talking about him. Anyways, it went along the lines of Schultz was on his show, Flagrant, and was talking about how Kendrick was so small that he could just like grab him and make love to him and there's nothing he can do about it. And I was like, oh my God. What would you, I mean, that is like the ultimate insult. And like, you're so small, like I would take you and make love to you, which is kind of strange to say, but at the same time, it's like, damn, a hell of an insult.
Yeah. Well, that's
fucking hilarious.
It's great.
But the problem is that he went on a 15-minute rant, basically, that never really left that area.
That's crazy.
He was like, I'd sit little Kendrick on my lap and things like that. And I was like, oh my God.
That's hilarious.
Super Bowl prop sheet.
Here we go.
Let's see what's up.
Chiefs are going to win the coin toss. I know I'm putting.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could bet on the fucking coin toss. That's
they've
crazy.
won every coin toss in the Super Bowl.
Really?
That they played in,
Yeah, they've won every one.
Everyone?
I think so.
I'm betting against the coin toss this year. I'm a problem.
You can't. Some people can't get right.
It's the same odds if they lose it or win it. So I'm like, I'm just going to go with all the stats. I'm just going to say they're going to win it again.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw like $10. Like I'm not throwing big stuff at that. That's
okay, we got. How long will it take John Batista to sing the U.S. national anthem? Over 120 seconds or under?
Who's singing it?
John Batista.
John Batista.
I don't know.
Who the fuck is that?
I was like,
who the fuck is that?
The wrestler?
Who the fuck is that guy?
The wrestler?
Is that a girl or guy?
I hope I'm saying his name right. Is
it Batiste?
It might be Batiste.
With the E at the end?
Yes.
Batiste, I think.
Yeah,
and I still don't know.
I
know last year I took the over. It was a country guy though.
It was Chris Stapleton, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it was kind of long.
Oh yeah, you gotta know he gonna draw some shit out.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris Stapleton's gas though.
Yeah, I think I dropped the tear to the national anthem that year.
Last year?
Mm-hmm.
What color liquid will be poured on the winning coach?
Oh my God.
That one's every year. Who will be Super Bowl MVP mentioned? Who will he mention in his field on the speech? Teammates, God or Jesus, city, coach, owner. America the Beautiful. How long will it take? Trombone Shorty and Lauren Daigle sing America the Beautiful. Over 110, under 110.
Lauren Daigle, that's that's a Christian artist.
Yeah, she's like a Christian artist.
In America the Beautiful, who will be shown first? Kansas City or Philadelphia?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I think that'll be the Chiefs.
America the Beautiful, who will be shown first? Travis Kelce or Saquon? America the Beautiful, who will be shown first? Mahomes or Hurts?
Hurts.
America the Beautiful, who will be shown first? Andy Reid or Nick Sirianni?
Is it the Chiefs?
Sirianni.
Yeah.
Anything that leans towards the Chief, I would bet on.
Yeah.
Coin toss.
I bet on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's 105 and 105.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
I mean, I guess you really can't fuck with those odds.
Just put 2 bets in.
Let's see. Coin toss.
was like, don't. Wait a minute. I'm not good at math.
Put more money on them. Put more money on one of them.
First missed field of the game.
Wait, they still wouldn't do it.
Put more money? Yeah.
First missed field goal of the game. Wide left, wide right, short. First offensive play of the game. Run play, pass play. First turnover of the game is an interception. Yes or no? First TV advertisement, Booking.com or Bosch?
There you go. There's the commercials.
First TV advertisement, Booking.com or GoDaddy? First TV advertisement, GoDaddy or Bosch? So like they got all these different options.
What?
First TV advertisement, Lay's or Hellman's? Little Caesars or NerdWallet? Little Caesars or Taco Bell? NerdWallet or Taco Bell? First song of the halftime show, Humble.
Crazy.
And last of the halftime show is Not Like Us.
I guarantee
if that is the combination, you can get plus 700 odds. Halftime show, celebrity guests to appear on stage, Metro Boomin, Doechii, Anderson .Paak, A$AP Rocky.
Mustard! No,
Isn't A$AP's going through a court case right now, ain't he?
yeah, he's in trouble.
DeMar DeRozan.
What the fuck?
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right, but why?
What is the first song to play from the GNX album? Whacked Out Mirror, Squabble Up. It'll be Squabble Up.
Yeah.
Halftime show, how many diss tracks will Kendrick Lamar sing about Drake?
Just 1, 2.
But what if the whole thing is just dedicated to just like
sings
fuck Drake?
Meet the Grams.
Yeah.
God.
Bro, but the whole thing, like even like
if he performs Meet the Grams, Drake, you gotta
somebody,
like somebody's getting retaliation.
We will lose 10% of the boomers. You guys believe it? Like,
oh yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, my grandparents are not excited about this halftime show.
Oh, this is the first time it happened. Whenever they did the whole LA.
I remember they watched The Weeknd and they made me turn it off until it was over because they were like, they thought they were getting possessed. When they did the mirror, they were like, oh no.
Did they see like Eminem and 50 Cent and Dr. Dre and all them? That's
I wasn't with them for that.
That's like 3.
Yeah, it was the Bengals Rams one.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I wasn't with them for that Super Bowl, but I'm sure they were like,
big ass 50 Cent was upside down.
That was, yeah.
That's crazy.
I am just as entertained by the people who don't want to watch it and their comments as I am the.
Yeah. I've already told him I'm not watching it this year. I know that's crazy to say. No, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
You're not watching the Super Bowl.
I only watched half of last year's.
Are you going to like go to an event and eat queso?
What I mean, it's just like if you're so invested, like you go start a podcast, you talk about the football season, you make it all the way to the end.
That's my
protesting.
I'm not protesting. I'm not like, oh, they give a fuck about me. I'm just, I'm tired of watching I'm tired of watching the Chiefs. No, it's just my choice not to watch the Chiefs.
So it's like a personal protest.
Yeah, for myself. Like I don't want to watch the Chiefs again.
Because like I've already told myself after
I could do it.
Me either.
When the Bills
skip
lost
half the season and be like, I need to watch the Super Bowl.
I told myself, like, fuck again. When the Bills lost, I told myself, fuck this.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna do fantasy because there's nothing that can not make me like fantasy.
Yeah.
With my friends.
Tapped in on fantasy.
But but other than that, I'm like, fuck this.
I get tired of seeing the same thing. And
so you're not watching the Super Bowl at all?
No, I only watched half of it last year. Read a book, watch TV.
Read a book? What book are you going to read?
I've never seen you read a book.
I got books all up on my shelf.
I'm going to start reading books.
Today is a great day to start.
I'm going to learn how to read.
I got a Nick Saban book you can read. You can still get your football in.
Yeah.
Alabama Jones?
No, it's The Mind of Saban.
I was just making fun of
I thought this was a fun show.
Y'all see Shane Gillis on there making fun of on game day?
Oh, yeah.
Making fun of him for his hat.
Yeah. I told him, I was like, look, hit me in the second half of the Eagles are about like,
I mean, I'm having like a Super Bowl party and everything. I was like, you're coming through, right?
No. Well, first of all, I don't do Super Bowl parties. I mean, that's just bullshit. You gotta have some guy who doesn't really care about the game. Hey, bro,
my boys care about
this fucking dip's good.
They're all betting on
motherfucker. It's 4th and 12 right now. Shut the fuck up.
I
know they're all
somebody flexing their regular.
It's like 12 of us, and they're like, "Oh, we're copying your parlays and everything for the Super Bowl, so we're going to be like locked the fuck in for the Super Bowl."
Yeah,
I need your spreadsheet.
I couldn't care less.
Even if I don't take your bets, I just want to see.
Like you just want to keep them updated.
I'm not going to tell nobody. I ain't going to judge. I want to. Yeah,
I wouldn't trust.
I'm gonna tap into some bets. So I think I'm only gonna do like really, really stupid bets that may or may not happen for a lot of money.
Keeps it exhilarating.
You gonna do a halftime bet for the first song?
I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably bet on correct score and the victory, who wins, and the margin of victory.
Okay.
I need one friend to bet $50 on this shit.
Like Eagles by 6 would pull. Eagles by
50
6
they win, 50 they lose.
plus 1,000. And
I'll bet on the Eagles.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chiefs right now.
For 50?
Yeah.
Live on the pod.
No, I can't. We just met. When I disappear out of your life completely, when
Joe heard
I don't want you to think differently of me.
Joe heard $50 and got a little crick in his neck over there.
What's the meme where the dude disappears back into the bushes?
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Homer Simpson.
As soon as the Chiefs wins, I'll be like, fuck, I never get to talk to Wyatt again.
That's the difference.
I'll just pop up at TC, one of the hoop runs. Like,
Joe! No. He knows where I hoop at. It's not the play. No, let's not bet so we can continue the camaraderie we
there
built
you
today.
go. I think there's like 3 key things the Eagles need to do to win the Super Bowl. They're secondary. The young guys they drafted, they got to play lights out. They got to play almost perfect football. They have to keep a pace of play on the offensive side and keep the Chiefs off the field for sure. And they have to establish the run early and often and run the ball as much as possible.
They got to win the penalty battle.
And they got to
lose
tush
the
push.
penalty battle.
They got a tush push.
Like, yeah, they would have to do tush push successfully to keep the drive going.
What's the chances of them getting rid of that?
I don't see it happen.
They won't do it because it's not aesthetically pleasing, but they won't do it because they're not doing it on every play. They're doing it on effective, like short plays. So it's a real football play. Now, if you're doing this shit and then play and you're getting
the Ravens found another play that's working for them. They line up as a regular QB sneak and they motion, and then their tight end pops under the center and he'll run the QB sneak.
Yeah.
And I don't think you can really get rid of it because like it would only be effective to get rid of it if you could do it 4 plays in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
And get a first down every time. And that's just not going to happen.
Well, you saw what the Commanders did in the game. They tried to jump over the offensive lineman for the Eagles and time it. And they had like 6 consecutive penalties on trying to jump off sides at the 1 yard line that the ref came out and said, if they do it one more time, we're awarding the Eagles a touchdown.
Yeah, that was crazy to hear. First time I ever heard
What?
That.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
But they're the only team that could really do it successfully too. So if it could be mimicked and all these other teams could do it, then they would get rid of it.
Because the Bills tried it. And they couldn't
do it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And it wasn't affected at all when Jason left?
Mm-mm.
No,
they're still doing it effectively.
It's not as good, but it doesn't hurt. You got a quarterback that squats 600 pounds.
God damn.
It's kind of funny how everybody has their own little tricks, but there's not, like, I don't think there's one team that can just put everybody, like the weird shuffle passes to Kelsey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
or they catch it, they're down the field and toss it back like you're playing Madden or something.
The Lions do it too, the hook and ladder. Yeah. They do it a lot too.
Something else questionable that I watched Mahomes do is whenever he takes off running, he does all the fakes and stuff. I've never seen somebody be able to hold the ball for as long as he does.
Yeah.
At, around, or past the line scrimmage.
He's very aware of the line. He is very good at that. His sense of where everybody is at on the field and where he needs to be. And he'll even have 1 foot over because he knows he can have 1 foot over.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, it's quite. It became obvious to me that he can literally push the line.
He pushes the line on everything. Yes,
like, he can step over, and nobody's gonna bat it.
He said the rules.
Everything. I mean, he does. He takes the rules, and he's not wrong. He just applies them to where he can get people out of position, just like fouling in basketball, and create a penalty.
Yeah. Can't fault him for it though.
No, I mean it's smart. Don't get me wrong, but like, fuck you.
I mean,
the league. I'm not even mad at him. I guess because he's a genius for doing that shit. The league,
not good.
But the NBA swung back the other way to stop like James Harden. You saw what happened to James Harden after they stopped calling a lot of that shit that he was getting. Do you think that there will be some type of?
There's going to be adjustment. I think this offseason you see with all the commentators because you got to realize too with this stuff as we're all talking about betting, sports betting. It's not just people watching football anymore. There's people's money invested into these games. If you got bullshit like that happening. You got to be more, more disciplined and more tight on stuff like that if you're the league, if you want these people to continue investing in sports betting and you're promoting sports betting now into football.
Unless it's rigged.
Because that's one thing that I can do. I can say, hey, I'm not going to stop gambling, but I'm damn sure done gambling in football.
Yeah.
Does the money from like prize picks and shit like that, does some of that go back to the actual sport?
I know I
really don't know.
There's partnerships with the teams, not to like the teams in general, with the NFL has partnerships though.
Yeah. So like does the NFL get money for
they don't get a revenue
betting from because
they don't get a revenue.
Basically, like they wouldn't have nothing if it wasn't for the actual sport.
I don't think they get a revenue if I'm not mistaken. I think there's just a partnership with branding and stuff like that.
Yeah. That makes sense because the more people, I guess it would benefit them just to be like, the more people betting, the more people are going to be watching and caring more probably about.
I'm waiting for like, if a sports betting app is like, they work out some deal with the professional league where it's like, only we have the NBA you can bet on now. I feel like eventually
that'll happen.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, kind of like streaming rights.
What do you use?
I use Underdog, Prize Picks, and Sleeper.
Have you tried Better? You never tried Better?
I'm not
before?
old enough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm 19, so I can't even bet money lines and spreads.
When I do bet,
stuff.
I use like the casino apps, like Bet Saracen.
So like Prize Picks doesn't care that you're that young?
No, it's like because it's a pick'em thing. It's not actual like straight money line. You can't money line. You can't straight bet on them. It has to be a parlay.
I had to turn 19 before I used Prize Picks. I've only been using Prize Picks for like 6 months.
And their lines are a little watered down too, so it makes it more accessible, like for easier winning, kind of a little bit too. Because you'll take the same line, like he'll send me a line. I do a lot of like casino like apps. I use their apps like a real sports book, and he'll send me a thing. Well, I got a line, and he has a different line. His is a little bit watered down because they want to entice people into. Because it has to be a parlay. Multiple things have to hit on those.
Because you have to do minimum of 2 legs.
So I can't go get this same line he has on a straight bet and be like, oh, that's green as fuck. Well, no, my line's 2 points more or 2 points less.
Yeah, to make it harder.
It's the real line, and theirs can water down a little bit because they have to connect hits.
Yeah, I'm a rookie on the betting shit.
It matters. If you're making a lot of bets or you're betting a lot of money, that half point, that half point difference, it's a big deal. Yeah. But anyway, I did have a question. And this should be for our other show.
That's fine, because I was going to ask them about aliens.
It's sports related.
Because we had two sported.
It's sports related. So yeah, my question was, is it comparable to like Coliseum, Gladiator days?
I think it's like primal.
Yeah.
Fighting is primal, and there's a reason why. As they said in that one movie, Will Ferrell said, it's provocative. It gets the people going.
Yeah.
You know, we all want to see that. I mean,
was it Blades of Glory?
So
I think it was Blades of Glory.
So question, because I look at some fighters that I loved growing up that are punch drunk, you know, for lack of better terms.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
It is sad.
It's horrible. I'm like,
they should have protected themselves better.
And you know, you ask them about it, and they're going to be like, I know what I'm doing. I knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I think like to the Gladiator point, though, I think that they was killing each other. And I think there is a difference where you have all these rules and doctors and safety measures and shit.
They do. Go ahead.
No, please.
They do take precautionary measures now in the sports world, like fighting, combat fighting. They do all about all you can do without going in there and just completely. There's risk to this.
And they even in fights early. I feel like the Israel fight the other night. Did y'all see the ending of that?
Yeah.
Seemed like he probably still would have lost. But it seemed like they called it early.
Well, once he dropped him that second time, we didn't drop him, had him against the fence and hit him again. I was like, oh, yeah, stop it. But they're trying to keep people from being, like you said, punch drunk.
Did you hear the theory that bare knuckle fighting is considered safer because typically they go out faster and take less of a beating because of that? Because it's so
there's
initially
got to be
brutal.
more gashes and cuts.
Yeah.
Though.
Oh yeah, it's got to be like
if you went and got in a bar fight every night. And, you know, bar fights are going to end in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, if you wouldn't get in a bar fight every night, it wouldn't be like going to get in a cage fight every night.
No, you're right. Because, I mean, the padding, you're still taking these hits. And they might not be as hard as a one punch from a bare knuckle. But over time, I mean, yeah.
And well, people say that in bare knuckle, you don't necessarily throw your punch as hard as you would if you had gloves on because you know that you're not protected.
Right.
And you know, it's kind of like everything just balances out a little better in bare knuckle.
Yeah,
it's a theory.
Conor McGregor, the one that just opened up the
he was
knuckle.
He's like the
part
big
of it. Yeah.
What gets me is the slap.
That shit's insane. I went to one up in here in Texarkana when they had it. I don't know if you've seen them. I was like,
that's Kevin. That's
okay. That's who.
Kevin Hancock's the one that started.
Man, these women were slapping the shit out of each other, and like you said, maybe it's inhumane, but I was like, fuck yeah,
that turned you up.
It turns you the hell up.
So interesting, but that's like CT for sure.
Yeah,
standing there and take like your brain is like probably jiggling in your head, bro. That's not good for you.
Dana White said it was going to be bigger than UFC, and I was like, no.
Well, you know, he's got his little league now.
Yeah, Power Slap League.
Power Slap.
Which is cool. I just don't see it being
that
bigger
big
than
Russian.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Bro
possible.
looks like a circle.
Everybody now.
I'll watch it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't pay a fucking dying.
UFC is the biggest. I mean, well, MMA is the biggest. I think the biggest growing sport. Kids don't all grow up and like, oh, I want to go play basketball. I want to play football. Now they're like, well, I want to do MMA. Like,
I think they see the Paul brothers. They're like, so many millions watch fucking Jake Paul just box.
Isn't that a shame? That's the ones motivating the kids. Good God.
If you go look at any sport, nobody's making another MLB successfully. Nobody's making another NFL successfully.
Yeah.
There's multiple other fighting
organizations.
Yeah.
Ain't the Paul brothers about to fight each other?
Yeah, no,
they just released
that.
No,
they're not actually fighting. That's just clickbait. They're starting a fucking show on HBO Max.
Okay, that was clickbait?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, they got us.
Makes me want to throw up.
I was actually going to watch it.
Yeah. I would have talked shit about it. I'm not watching this. And then when they finally came, I would have had imposter syndrome. I'd be like,
I watched, I think, two Jake Paul
Same thing
fights.
about the Tyson fight. I was like,
I knew it was going to be shit, bro. I knew it. I knew it, but I was like, I can't not watch it. And then I struggled to watch it because of the buffering.
I watched it on
Then he had his ass out.
I missed the ass. I woke back up at like 2 or 3 a.m. and watched it. And I just sat there 3 a.m. in disappointment.
And Mike Tyson just biting his gloves the whole time. It's not throwing any punches.
I think people like our age, we grew up on the older football, and kids nowadays don't even know like, oh, you used to hit like that. Oh, that shit's way better. That's way more fun to watch. I think it's what we get out of MMA now. It's like why it's growing so much.
I'm a Giants fan. Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. I mean, dude was off coke out there just smashing the shit out of people.
Hey, Kirk Rogers. Kirk Rogers.
Yeah. Perk Mahomes, too. They said a couple of Super Bowls back. He was off the perky. When he fucked up his ankle, he was out there off the perky.
He don't need nothing that's going to make him talk any different. Man already got that East Texas.
Oh, yeah.
East Texas special. East Texas Kermie.
All right, boys, it's getting late. I got to ask you at least one dumbass question. Just for, it wouldn't be our show. Where y'all at with aliens?
With aliens? I mean, I've always thought aliens were real.
Yeah,
I'd be
thought the same thing.
Naive to think otherwise.
They got to be out there. I mean, out of all the planets and all the shit that's out there, all the galaxies that were they?
Oh, we're talking about like really? I thought we were talking about like Mexicans.
He said, no, they're definitely here.
I'm just playing. No, I think aliens are for sure. I mean, for sure real. I mean, what are we the aliens?
We will be one day. I imagine if we do figure out how to go other places, we will.
Me and him was talking one time. I asked him like a super sobered high question. I was like, do animals see us as aliens?
That's what I'm thinking. Are we the aliens? Exactly.
I don't know. They say octopuses might be aliens because there's a whole bunch of things that don't make sense about octopuses. They may have came here by panspermia. You look at the camera and tell you about panspermia.
Panspermia.
No, that's when that's a belief that organic life may have been brought here through like asteroid or something.
Oh yeah. I've heard that.
I think
it's just like like a bird dropping a seed or something, and that's how something new grows somewhere else. It's the same thing, just like planet.
That's how we got Bob Saget. Yeah.
That just reminded me of that Tourette's guy. You remember the Tourette's guy on YouTube? He's like some like middle-aged white man, and his son would film him. He'd be walking around his kitchen. Bob Saget! Don't talk shit about Total. He'd say crazy shit.
I just remember the episode with Cartman on South Park where he figured out about Tourette's and he just used it.
Oh my God. That was hilarious.
That's Theo Vaughn's whole personality.
Y'all see him with Cat Williams the other day?
Yeah.
That was wild.
I didn't.
He was like genuinely making Cat Williams laugh. You don't see that very often.
Yeah.
Okay. I was hoping it would be something nice. I was afraid that, there'd be some traction.
No. Cat Williams knew all this shit about him. Like all the stories and all that stuff. You could tell like he admired him and stuff. Yeah. It was cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then Theo just said Theo shit. Like
his cat was one of my favorite growing up. Like,
oh yeah, he started last year. Shit. He shook the whole world up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On Shay Shay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sharp.
It's crazy. His ascension in the podcast world is just gone. Shannon Sharps.
All after that cat one too.
Yeah.
That set it on. No, these podcasts are a good idea. This is like everybody's doing them.
Yeah. I think if for any perspective, if we're talking about sports, you're talking about politics, or whatever, because I mean, once people stop talking, like violence ensues. I think even something as minuscule as talking about sports, as big as the government or the politics, whatever, I think it's always good to talk in the air.
Yeah.
People's opinions,
I like that. Yeah, keep the aliens away.
There you go. What do y'all feel like? I mean, obviously you believe in aliens.
Here's the thing. Don't get me started. No, I don't know, man. I really don't. Like, I think the part about me is I think I want to believe in him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even make like obviously it makes sense that there is there, but I think a lot of people get on like podcasts and stuff like this and they lie about it.
Okay.
And I think there's lots of people with books. Oh, I was abducted by an alien. I think a lot of that shit. I think a lot of that shit's horseshit.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, the galaxy's so huge. I feel like, you know, and obviously if an alien came here, they would be more ahead than us. We wouldn't know. Like, if you could travel, like interstellar travel, like we couldn't know.
So to branch off of that, do you believe like is it the Tartarian? What is it called? The Tartarian Empire?
That's like ancient.
Ancient?
Like alien, I've read about that. I've read about like the Anunnaki type aliens that like genetically engineered us at some point.
We're like their ants or their workers.
Yeah, we were their workers. Yeah. It's like, but I don't know. Like so like the main guy for that, one of the main dudes that was like big on the Anunnaki or whatever, he got destroyed the other day in a debate. Like bad. He was like trying to sue the people and they still posted the episode. It was like bad. Shit. And so it's like maybe I don't know.
They also try to like he tried to make it a religion. He literally tried to.
Oh, he was crazy.
Well, he made it. You're talking about Billy Carson. You know what I'm talking about, Billy Carson?
He was like, well, here's the facts that this is what happened. Like it wasn't a theory. It wasn't his perspective. It was like,
he believe it.
This is everything. He
was a cult leader.
Yeah. I mean, basically, a dude named Wes Huff is just a regular Bible scholar. Not regular, like he really knows his stuff, a lot of ancient language stuff. And he just crushed it. And so like I was kind of getting into all that stuff. Like I'm real skeptical when I come in a lot of this stuff. And I talk to a lot of people that are like real conspiracy theory heavy. And like I listen to a lot of like Rogan, I listen to Danny Jones, and I listen to tons of people that are always getting presented these conspiracy theories. And I try to stay like level-headed. Yeah, like I'm not just going to be like, we were created by aliens, heavily engineered. We used to be slaves. Like that, you know, I try not to like, but no, some of them are real interesting and you get into them and then you see somebody like that just like go down.
Oh yeah, in a rabbit hole.
Like maybe we did, maybe we just, because a lot of times it's hard to check those type of guys. Yeah. You know, you get your YouTube channel, you get to making some wild claims and you can say anything on YouTube like with your chest. And somebody out there's like,
oh, they're going to believe it.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we got cults.
I mean, that's the whole thing of sales. That's what sales is.
If somebody can convince a whole massive group of somebody else to kill themselves to get to wherever they think they need to go, then anybody can do anything with the power of this microphone.
Yep.
One question that I don't think that we've talked about is why do we always assume that if there are aliens, they wouldn't be emotional beings?
Like if they're so intelligent, would they be so intelligent that they're past?
Because we got people like Elon. Like, is it because our more intelligent people usually seem
he's out there giving his
less emotional?
Crazy. Yeah.
He's out there sharing his heart.
But does he have a heart? Does he have a heart to give? You know.
Sometimes you got to share your heart.
Yeah. You picture Elon crying.
I don't picture Elon.
You picture Elon crying.
Well, he has to fight through the autism first.
Yeah, he's definitely autistic. People, 100% forget about that.
Yeah, and that's why he gave his heart to the people.
My best friend he's on the spectrum, and he's different. Yeah, and he's not that emotional.
Yeah,
but he's also the most intelligent human that I've ever interacted with.
I think if the aliens were, they'd probably be somewhat emotional because, I mean, they can't just rely on straight intelligence. I think everything and everybody is somewhat derived off of love. You know,
or joy, or like
some type of emotion, or fear, anger.
I don't know, but the other angle of that is like, so I watch a lot of Star Trek. I like that shit because it's got aliens and shit in it, and they meet new. You know, the whole point of Star Trek is humans got advanced. They finally built a ship and they took off, and they're out. They're meeting all these. They're having first contact with all these different aliens, and it's like a lot of these alien races that they come, like not all of them, but some of them are like, in order to get to that point, they had to like get over their emotions.
Yeah.
Like there's a group of aliens on there called the Vulcans. It's the ones with the pointy ear, like Spock.
Yeah.
You've heard Spock. They've like sworn off their emotions and like they use that to like get ahead in society. If our leaders stopped using their emotions and we just started doing shit that made more sense, I think that it might
be world peace.
There's too much pride involved.
Like the two can't coincide.
No,
like you can't make certain advancements at all in life.
I'd argue the opposite. I'd argue like those emotions are what push advancements too on a human aspect. Human aspect.
Well, I mean, I like to picture like the Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar. He's not emotionless, you know.
Yeah,
but he's out there doing that. I mean, you go from like for sickness, for like cancer and stuff like that.
there are sicknesses we didn't know about. People who were affected by these things, somebody somewhere cared about this person and pushed to find cures for said diseases or stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Except they won't give us the cancer.
No, not the cancer one.
Because it makes too much money.
I just found out about this the other day.
I really think that. I really truly believe that one in my soul. I don't think that's a conspiracy theory. I really believe that one in my soul.
On the topic of like alien stuff, what about the moon landing? Y'all talked about that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
dabbled in that a couple of times.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm on the fence about it. There's a lot of stuff against it, and then there's a lot of stuff for it.
So, I think it's fake. I mean,
yeah. The thing about it is,
we get on the moon in the '60s,
and that have been
in 2000.
All the new
it's like the same thing, but I know it's like the same thing with the flat Earth stuff to me. Like, in order for the Earth to be flat, in order for the moon landing to be faked, there would have to be so much coordination.
Yeah,
by all these people.
Yeah,
to fake it.
Yes,
or for it to be real.
To fake it.
I think it's almost the opposite.
How would it be hard
to be real?
How would it? It would not be hard to fake it.
No, but more people would have to be lying. We can't. There's no secrets. There's hardly any secrets in the world. Everybody's always selling out.
Yeah.
Fucking, what do they call that shit? Whistleblowing. There's no whistleblowers for the moon landing?
Bro, nobody is going to whistleblow if their whole well-being.
Didn't they have NDAs and stuff when they got?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I'm sure, but they could justify that by saying, like, you can't talk about this because this is stuff that advanced our nation.
Look, you do this. Know about that. You do this, you get to live the life that you want.
Yeah.
Unaffected. You do this, we can take everything that you ever loved away from you. If not,
you're an American hero if you do this. If not,
then I'm saying to myself, cool, you'd never have to worry about me saying a fucking thing. Yeah. I'm going to live my comfortable life with the people that I love. And just please leave me alone.
How do we not have the same technology to get back to? They say they can't be recreated.
Bro, we should be hosting parties up there. 2025.
Yeah.
What did we do? What
on the other side? Because I got to play the arguer. That's my role in this deal. Like they say, the reason why we don't. Let me word this right. I think they say we've lost like the motivation. Like, why send humans up there is dangerous? What would be the advantages up there when we could just send a rover? When we could just send. Like if a robot dies, who gives a fuck? We build a new one. But
I'll tell you why.
What do you think?
Because humans are humans and they're stupid and people are rich and they will pay a shitload of money to go to the moon. And money's the motivator of everything. Stuff?
You think that we're actually finna go to Mars?
Mm-mm.
Look at a house in 1969. Look at a house in 2025.
Look at cars.
Yeah.
Cars, it's like, it hasn't changed much. But then again, yeah, it has. I got a screen in mine. My seats massage my back.
Yeah.
While I'm driving.
Yeah.
Look at the difference. Look at the advancement in every aspect of anything that we do as humans. But we can't just do like a live stream video
of going to the moon.
Go into the moon and stepping out like we did already in 1969.
Yeah.
Whenever the president got assassinated.
One of these like
and
Kai Cenat or Aiden Ross wouldn't be like, I will pay money to go up there and go to the moon.
Yeah. Which I feel like Amazon's already talking about taking civilians into low Earth orbit, which I think that'll be something that happens in our lifetime where people go take trips to like low Earth orbit.
Yeah,
like, where you could just like
check out the Earth from the top.
Yeah. And when people see this round, they're gonna be like, what the fuck?
JFK.
It is
MLK, RFK. Have you seen
the files?
They're not fully released yet. They've got the green light to be released, but they haven't been released. And there's going to be lots of.
I have seen the video that's been circulating that I never saw before. Maybe I wasn't looking for
the driver one.
The driver one. I've never seen that before until recently.
The driver. The whole
driver looked back.
Everybody
shot. Oh my!
Every whistleblower.
How did everybody forget that though?
Bro, go look at it. There's and then there's people that are coming.
I don't think it was the dude in the window though.
Multiple people coming out saying that they've been known that and were scared, or they had a video that. Like they show an edited video that everybody in the world's seen, and then they show another video. And I will say it would be somebody would have to put forth an extensive amount of effort to be able to fake this video. But
they didn't have Photoshop back then.
It can happen. Yeah. It can happen. But at that time, if they're doing that shit with the president of the United States, yeah, I believe that they would fake a moon landing to hype.
No, I could believe it. I can't believe Nixon called them on like the phone. That shit was a little wild.
Yeah.
Bro.
What y'all doing up there? That's a little wild. Yeah. They had landlines.
And then right after that, we can't even get a rocket off the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you align with like the whole firmament talks of how
No.
Biblical?
No.
How you can't break the firmament?
And I will say Joe brought that to my attention. Like I was deep on the dome.
Deep on the dome.
Deep on the dome. That sounds absolutely awful.
Joe kind of broke that.
We'll go with it.
Now I'm not sure what the hell I believe.
I'm just deep on the dome, bro.
What I have found is the evidence is just stronger. You know, the science book evidence are stronger than the dome evidence. I just have to.
Yeah.
And the questions like, well, what about this? What about this? What about this?
Yeah, what about a lunar eclipse? That's the one that I be getting people with.
The questions are what you need to
So a lunar
asked
eclipse
yourself.
would be like, okay, that's the sun.
Yeah.
Here's the earth. Here's the moon. I can put this, but it doesn't work because of all these lights. But if we had just one light here, the shape of this phone would be on the moon. And you'd be like, oh, we're flat. Look at that flat ass shadow.
Yeah.
But in a lunar eclipse, it's a big round ass shadow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like if you ask the flat earthers what they think about that, they'll say, oh, it's a unknown mass that travels.
I've also heard them say we have our own sun, just like we have our own moon.
Yeah, like they're local.
Yeah, local sun.
I just don't think so, man. But I don't know. Like I listen to a lot of science stuff. I'm into a lot of that shit. And things like sundials don't work on flat Earth.
Yeah.
There's lots of things like they knew thousands of years ago that the Earth was round. Just by they would take a well here and a well far away and have the sun on the equinox or whatever when the sun is directly noon, and you can measure how much of where the shadow hits the well.
Yeah.
And you can tell that over here the shadow's like this, and over here the shadow's like this. You're like, oh, it's round. And they knew this like in ancient times.
Yeah. Ancient people.
So it's like there you got, and then there was this. There's this deal called
or just cavemen.
Yeah.
Then there was it wasn't cavemen. It was like 1,000, like not
Mayans and
like
shit.
AD, like 1,000 AD.
Yeah. Anthony Davis.
But yeah, Anthony Davis to the Mavericks. But what a terrible trade. But y'all, did we even talk about that?
No.
God, dang it, that should have been. No, we did. We're at the beginning. A little bit.
Very little
yeah.
bit, yeah.
But anyways, I think that the Earth is round. I really do believe this for several different reasons.
So when you hear somebody say the Earth is flat, what do you imagine them saying when it's flat?
Well, I've done a lot of studying on it. I mean, they're thinking that it's that we are, and then some people think there's water in space, like, and this has to do with the firmament and stuff.
Yeah.
And that we're basically
kind of what I
like
was leaning to. Yeah.
floating, and that the sun and the moon are spinning around. You know, like locally. I can't do it because I'm dyslexic hell, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that they're local. The sun's not that 93 million miles away and the moon's right there and all that stuff. But it's like, for me, there's a lot of hangups on that. And
what's crazy is like, I believe it's round. I've also dabbled in like, oh shit, it could be flat. Whereas from the furthest point away from the Earth, right? If the sun's on one side and over here, it's very, very cold on this side, right? It should be, right? Because you're so far away from the sun. You're on the dark side, the side that's away from the sun at the point when it's
like nighttime.
When it's nighttime. For being that far away, it should be freezing because it's further away than these other planets that are frozen.
Well, the way the sun heats us up is through the atmosphere.
Okay.
And so our atmosphere is trapping all that shit. That's why it's so much colder on the moon. Even though you're getting hit directly by the sunlight, it's not. It's super cold. Like it's not warm on the moon. It's cold as fuck.
Okay.
So that's why temperatures drop at night. But the sun is hitting the atmosphere, and it's like a greenhouse effect. So it's like going in a greenhouse. Like even at nighttime, the temperature would drop outside. The sun's no longer hitting your greenhouse, but you would still be trapping some of that daytime heat.
Okay. So the atmosphere is like a foil on top of a barbecue plate.
Insulation.
Yeah. Take it to the crib.
Yeah.
Keep it warm.
Yeah. And that's why we don't freeze our ass off at night. And then it's hard for the night and day shit to work on a flat model because it's like we would just see the sun all the time. And then if you're looking at the ocean and you watch, like I've been on a cruise in the middle of the ocean, at nighttime you watch the sun go behind the water.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
It wouldn't go behind the water on a flat earth. It would just go around. And then then you would have and then you got distances, like why couldn't we just see far away? You know, I know our eyes are limited, but like we would still see farther if it was flat.
That's true, yeah.
It would just be real nice if we could just go to Walmart, buy a balloon that could float into space, you know?
Slap a camera on it.
We'll just hop in a Chinese spy balloon. But no, I think because there's live feeds That's the thing. There's people out there so convinced that like you can hit them with proof and they do not care.
Oh,
There's live feeds from the space station. The space station's not made up.
Yeah.
You can see it with a telescope.
Yeah.
Like people go look at the space station crossing, but in between us and the moon with a telescope. So if they're up there, people are assuming that every video is doctored. There's live streams from the space station. You can just watch the space station go around this big round ass Earth. And it's up close still because even the spaceship the space station is technically a spaceship, but it's in low Earth orbit. Okay. So it's like, it's not nowhere, like as if you stand on the moon, you see the whole Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're in low Earth orbit, you just see, but you do see the curvature.
Yeah.
There's people that get out there in the little spacesuits and work on the deal.
Yeah.
And they are like, they'll go live. Be like, they'll have video. That. Yeah. It's like the Earth is round as fuck. But
Wi-Fi's popping up there.
Wi-Fi, Starlink.
Once they start bringing people up, there'll be no way to come back from it. Because once civilians start going up there with their phone,
they'll be like, this shit's real, bro.
This shit round as fuck. We have that's our group chat name. One of my group friends that talk about this type of shit. It's called Earth is round as fuck.
I like to troll sometimes. Like if I hear somebody arguing with that, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a flirter. They're like, no fucking way.
No, I remember this happened at work. Like you and Matthew, y'all got into like an actual like hour-long debate.
Yeah.
Or you can't even argue with somebody not in person about it anymore.
Yeah.
Oh no, they go crazy on the internet. Yeah.
Just straight to like mailing something to your house because of your.
But I've learned enough about it to where I could play the other side pretty well, and somebody would really think I do. Like I really thought there was a flat. I just can't go out like that. I can't go out like that. But I mean, it could be. Maybe we're all wrong, and maybe. But to go back to the moon landing and probably tie all this shit together, the amount of effort it would take to because every government would have to be on board.
Yeah. With
the lie that the Earth is the shape it is. The school books are all lies. NASA's lying. Everybody's lying.
Well, the school books do push agendas, so I mean.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But like that big one?
It wouldn't be that big if they just write the only issue and they print it out.
If it was real, then there is a reason that we don't know about as to why we're not there right now.
Well, there's people that believe in like ice wall. There's people that think there's more continents and shit.
When it comes to that, though, I think I'm just like,
I think it'd be more
ignorance
political.
is bliss. Like at that point, it's just like,
I think it would be more political. I think that people down here with power would have to come to an agreement. Hey, although you did that, let's not do that again, or there's going to be some problems.
When did that happen? When did this agreement go? Did it happen in the 1900s during 2 world wars? Probably not.
Well, no,
did it happen in the 1800s before we had the technology to really be looking to the sky?
Wars,
probably not.
I don't see wars as being. Whenever it comes to these people that make these type of decisions, I think wars planned.
Oh no, we're talking about the I word. Talking about the Illuminati.
Oh no! Well,
I still don't believe in the
I don't believe in the Illuminati because if there was one, we wouldn't fucking know about it.
For sure, that's why. That's the main reason why I don't think the Illuminati is real.
The guys, the people that are probably running the show, and it is a theory because nobody fucking knows, and we wouldn't if there was these people. Like these, you're not going to know about these people.
I will say, like the footages they have, like some of these parties that are so-called Illuminati parties. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're just weird.
Yeah, bro, like
those are called Diddy parties.
The real people with the real power, like
you wouldn't see
we're
them.
We're not going to know their names.
Yeah. Old white dudes.
Yeah. A guy in East Texas that has too many guns at his house is not going to know the name of the guy that's making the decisions.
No.
Let's be real.
No. There's so many like layers. They layer themselves for protection for sure. If these organizations were real.
Elon throwing his heart out. Trump. Everybody here.
Bro, sometimes you just gotta let it go, bro.
There's a protective layer.
You gotta let your heart go to the people, bro.
I saw a video of Kamala doing the same thing not too long ago.
Yeah, she had
Kamala doing the same thing because they're all flipping out like, oh,
bro, no.
nuts.
When the election's close, you throw your heart to the people.
Have you seen the AI videos?
You just gotta let it go to it, bro.
Have you seen the AI videos? They can take a regular video of you standing up and like make it to where it looks like you're fighting the person next to you.
Oh yeah.
And then like I watched a Grammy one. It was like, did y'all see what happened at the Grammys last night? And it was just like
fake
chaos. Like a unicorn running through. It was an AI doctored video.
Yeah.
And I was like,
my homeboy just did one of me the other day. I was sitting at the dealership just chilling and he's like, stand right there. I said, all right. He took like a picture or a video of me or something. He's like, hey, watch this. And I turned into a dog and I looked like a dog and I ran off. And I was like, what the fuck? And that's
AI's finna get wild.
Yeah.
I wonder what they're gonna do to sports. I wonder if they'll make like an AI sports league.
We were talking about this. What if this, like none of this is even real? Like what we watch is not real. It's all like AI just fed through us.
Just remember, there were drones. There were drones in the 50s. There were drones in the 40s. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
We know there were drones in the 60s.
Yeah.
Like the ones that we're just now playing with.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that they don't have the capability to affect video that we're just now paying for?
What about everybody there live though?
What do you mean?
Everybody live, like at the game.
Or, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I've been to live games. Like it's happening.
Yeah,
like it's
that's
right
true.
there.
You're not there, brother.
That's what
you thought you were there.
Yeah. Or we're just like the Cosm thing we went to.
Oh yeah, have y'all been to like y'all seen that Cosm?
We went to the Dallas Cosm and watched a college football game.
And what was it? It was
so Cosm is like they immerse yourself in like kind of like virtual reality of sports, and they have this big screen and they have these sideline views and everything to where it looks like you're right there watching it.
Oh wow!
And they have 3 layers to it. So Cosm is really cool. So take like the Oculus.
Yeah, like VR. Yeah.
So take that essentially, the view of like how you can watch a video or something in the VR, and take that and put it on a big ass screen in like in a venue. It's really cool.
Almost like the Sphere.
Like you're right behind.
Yeah. I want to go there.
So it's just like the Sphere from Las Vegas, basically like that.
Am I at the Rose Bowl or am I watching on the Sphere at the Cosm?
It looks like you're at the Rose Bowl, but you were at the Cosmo.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They got one in Dallas.
Sphere?
No, this is at the Cosm in Frisco.
Yes, I seen this ad actually.
Yeah. So it looks like I'm at the.
And it was like that. We were there. I was like, holy shit!
Nuts.
Yeah.
It looked like I go like this. Like, what's up, my boy? Good touchdown.
And like
it
the
looked
whole like
that.
field view and everything too. It was like, I'm going to school to like be a coach and everything. It was like, oh, this is awesome. Like I can see the whole field view. I can see the players motioning. I can hear the talk on the sidelines. Like this is fucking awesome.
And you would see the funniest part, like when you look off, because it's the fans too, because you're like a camera in the stadium, sitting in like a seat where like a fan would sit to get the perspective. And there's like fans keep looking back at the camera like, what the fuck is that?
Because it's a different type of camera. And they're like,
yeah.
You see all these people and it looks like they're this far away. And
dude scratching his ass and
crazy.
shit. He's like, gotcha. Like, I'm watching you live.
So soon enough, like it's going to be accessible enough to where you'll be like, man, I want you to put me back in 98 Daytona.
Yeah.
Oh, right? For sure. Yeah,
and,
we're going to be able to relive that shit probably.
And I'm about to chug a 30 right here.
Pretty soon you're going to be able to like watch through the quarterback's eyes live as happening and be the quarterback while it's like, holy fuck, I am Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, this is going to be crazy. Oh, bro. I'll be happy the rest of my life. I could do that all day.
Do y'all think the coaches, this will be my last question because we're getting late, but do y'all think the coaches are using AI already?
Oh, yeah. I think you have to because they already are using like the advanced analytics and stuff. I just think they're typing in how many times has this happened?
Chat GPT, what do we run next?
Look, hey, if Wall Street's using AI,
oh yeah,
everybody else using.
Well, you see, AI. Prime Video has an AI mode when you go watch the game on Prime Video. They have a different mode you scroll down to. It's like an AI, and it'll tell you, oh, this guy's about to blitz, and 90% of the time, these guys end up blitzing, or these guys.
Oh, they're
motion.
using it. They're
It's part of.
They're probably lining up for plays and quarterbacks like he's blitzing.
Yeah,
yeah.
You take 1,000 clips of the same exact angle with the same exact formation, the same exact play, and a computer can dissect whether this guy's going or not.
Like if you watch film enough, when you go play the game, you're going to know exactly what's about to happen.
Yeah, just like they know.
40% of the time.
Just like they know.
So you put an AI to do it, they're going to know every time.
Quarterbacks know probably half the time.
Yeah.
You know, and they call it.
We'll see one of the rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, he used virtual reality to train. They're like, he's having an amazing season. Why? Well, he had virtual reality to train throughout the whole process every morning. He would start his day with that. And he would speed it up to twice the game speed.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Oh, yeah, that's like...
And it was like the actual other teams, like their actual defensive sets. Like what they did last game, he's playing the last game as the other team quarterback.
So he's training with AI. He's training with AI, training with virtual reality.
The new generation of players is going to be insane.
Yeah.
They're going to have the best IQ that
we're seeing. We're seeing it with rookie Jane Daniels almost going to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything's evolving. I mean, like you were talking about earlier with Wemby, like what the fuck is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, we got to evolve, brother. We got to... What
are we going to evolve into?
I don't know.
What is the goal? Like, what are we heading towards?
The next edition.
Shit.
That's right.
You gotta get ahead of the game.
Use AI, figure it out.
Man, shit, I try. I'll be like, what do I post on Facebook? And it'll give me a bunch of ideas.
Joe's
like,
over here with his notepad talking to the AI. Man, help me out.
I interviewed AI.
I saw that. I saw clips of that.
That's badass.
Yeah, I just put the phone on the chat GPT and put a mic on it.
It's very interesting. And it's worth looking into.
AI has personalities.
You should probably have a regular
That's the scary part.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Every update. Every update.
This next one's going to be crazy. This is ChatGPT 4.0, but they say 5 is going to be like life-changing.
I use Copilot, Microsoft's AI. I really like theirs a lot. Mm-hmm.
They used that to have they had AI podcasts, like a whole podcast where both hosts were completely AI.
Oh shit!
They sound like a real conversation.
That's crazy.
That's terrifying. We can't even do anything.
Yeah. And they're so much smarter than us automatically. Like
I don't know about that.
Can you?
On tonight's episode, we're going to outsmart AI.
Do they have it yet to where you can like click and be like, hey, order me this pizza from blah, blah, blah.
Alexa will, like, once you link all your stuff
order
up,
your pizza?
Alexa, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this new
Alexa
TV.
goes, "You are
and I was
fat
testing
ass."
out all this different stuff on this new TV. And I can like take it to an exact spot in an episode.
Wow.
Like go to 4 minutes and 36 seconds in episode 2 of Landman. Boom.
We're there.
We're in the future, brothers. We're
there.
fucking here.
This is the vehicle.
Well,
Yeah. I enjoyed it, man. I appreciate y'all coming on the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Thanks for having us on, bro.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Good to meet you.
Yeah, for sure. Let us know.
We'll do it again, man. Maybe we'll go to Anthony's. That way I can let him do the thinking.
Yeah.
Next time we'll go to his deal. Just for, but no, I appreciate y'all coming through.
Sir.
It's been another episode of the Joe Teel podcast. We'll be back, man. So hopefully the Eagles win the Super Bowl.
Yes. Go Eagles.
Eagles by 6.
Y'all be good. Appreciate it.